Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology ranked among India's top 50 universities. For admissions, click the link in the description.
Saukya Halo Elanir, 100% natural, easy to open, anywhere, anytime.
Exposing a person like her and highly politically inclined person from Tamil Nadu. She was about to swear in the position of a chief minister. Were there any political pressure on you from the party or from people?
I think people know that I don't listen, so nobody spoke to me. But then there were disturbing things like, naturally party will have a spokesperson. There is a spokesperson or a representative here also in Bangalore. He used to give a lot of statements against me.
So what was the first thing you exposed and how did you come to know that there is such a kind of treatment is going on? Like how you have mentioned in the report saying that certain things are going wrong inside the jail.
No, the triggering incident was something different. The doctors and medical staff came there to my office and said that one doctor has been assaulted, medical officer has been assaulted by a convict.
That Shashikala might come out very early before her tenure gets over. Is that true?
As per rules, it's not possible.
கொரோனாக்கு எதிராக களத்தில் போராடி இருக்கக்கூடிய போலீஸ், நர்ஸ், டாக்டர், சானிட்டரி ஒர்க்கர் இவங்களை நீங்கள் ஒருத்தரா இல்லை கொரோனாலேருந்து மீண்டு வந்தவரா? உங்களோட இன்ஸ்பைரிங் ஸ்டோரிஸை Behindwoods மூலிமா உலக மக்களோட ஷேர் பண்ண உங்கள் வீடியோஸை வாட்ஸ்அப் பண்ணுங்கள்.
Behindwoods நேயர்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் உங்களோட விஜய் நவனித். இது உங்களோட எதிர்நீச்சல். இன்றைக்கி நம்மளோட எதிர்நீச்சலில் யார் கூட பேச போகிறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன்ஸ்பெக்டர் ஜெனரல் ஆஃப் போலீஸ், ரயில்வேஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட், ரூபா மேம் கூட தான் பேச போகிறோம். வணக்கம் மேம்.
வணக்கம்.
ஸோ இட் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் ஃபேசினேட்டிங் ஃபார் மீ டு இன்டர்வியூ அ போலீஸ் ஆஃபீஸர், especially a police officer like you. So what actually prompted you to join the services?
I was in NCC, National Cadet Corps, for a very long time, in school as well as college. So in school, I represented Karnataka Goa Directorate in the Republic Day camp, which is held in Delhi. And that time, Ms. Kiran Bedi had been invited to give a speech. That definitely inspired me. And then they also gave us books of competition success review. That is the time when I got more idea about IAS, IPS, the subjects which I have to take and so on. In college also I was in NCC. I've completed all A, B, C certificates. Though NCC doesn't have any special preference in selection for IPS. But the closeness or proximity towards khaki developed at that age, and a lot of things from NCC helped me in the service. I was the best shooter in my batch. That I picked from NCC only, and the drill, of course, and discipline. And the motto of service is the motto of NCC is unity and discipline, and that was instilled quite well in advance.
So like how you told ma'am, exposing the VIP, the culture inside the jail. So what was the process which you underwent over the time where you were in charge of the prisons department, and also were you aware of that you were dealing with a person who is also has a good political background outside, and when she is inside the jail, there was a certain type of special treatment given to her. So what was it going in your mind?
I joined prisons as DIG in June. So when I had joined, already the person you're speaking of was already there.
Shashikala.
Yes. And I also knew that she was slated to be the chief minister also of the state at one point of time after Ms. Jayalalitha. So I knew, but it didn't really sink in so much that somebody is so powerful we should not take on and such things. I also feel many a time I keep telling bureaucrats that all your fears are irrational. They really, nobody will just, Karnataka has not gone to dogs that somebody will just come and attack you and take your life or this and that. But there were certain risks, like when you do this, what I am feeling now also, and probably I didn't think of that much, but then it doesn't matter. See, when you take on system, the system just wants to get rid of you immediately, as early as possible. This happens with all whistleblowers, those who give expose reports, those who go against the system. Somehow that all systems have been like this, not just my state. Of course you get a huge public support and all that, but then there are risks, because sometimes you could be punished by way of suspension. It has happened to certain officers. that would be quite demoralizing. But for me, luckily, there was huge public support, and probably because of that or what, I don't know, government didn't take any punitive action. I had no aches to grind, I had done my duty, but even then sometimes there is this risk of getting suspended and all that. So that didn't happen, but the government transferred me out. That transfer also I could have questioned.
Were you expecting the transfer after this incident?
I wasn't expecting anything. I was just doing my duty. This is not. It's in my nature to do this, and I am actually quite against the VIP culture. See, people who come to serve in public life, they know the risks, right? And they have come to serve the public. So when they are serving the public, then who are their enemies? I mean, why bother about enemies when you have people who love you and vote for you and all that? That is even I don't keep a gunman, though I can. I've never kept a pistol with me, or I have not kept gunmen for years together now, even when I was serving in the field. So I feel most of these fears are irrational, and whatever, as I said, if we want to improve police image, we can't be just doing something which politicians want, which are against rules. But still officers keep continuing, they continue doing that because they want plum posts. Because when you do something for them, they will bring you to plum posts, they will keep you in those posts. That is the only risk, you will not get plum posts, but you will get your salary. But the satisfaction is there that you worked for the public, you worked as per law.
We saw the footage of Sathikala ma'am going out and coming inside the prisons. So what exactly happened with that issue, and how was the reaction of the public after you exposing the VIP culture inside a jail?
People, I think, somewhere at the back of the mind, probably they think that it might be there, or probably some were aware, some were not aware, or some thought, oh, this was, anyway we thought it was going on, but good that you in that position brought it out. Now it is like coming from horse's mouth. Otherwise we all assumed that probably all these things go on. Many press reporters were also asking me before I joined that it seems this kind of treatment is going on, that is going on, is it true? They were asking me because I was posted in January. I was on leave for a long time, and then I joined in June. So by that time I had heard a lot of things. And when I went, my first visit to Bangalore prison was formal one. I went with guard, they gave me guard of honor as per protocol. I inspected certain things and came back. And then my second visit was this eye-opener visit. That was sudden, and that was full for a day from morning till evening, and that was a time when I got to know a lot of things, and then I put it in the report. And I was there for practically 18 working days. If you include Sundays, Saturdays and some festival holidays, it was about 25 days. So I joined, I saw and gave the report immediately. And this is not the first time I've done this. I think courage is a habit. If you act courageously in one instance, you will get courage to act similarly in the next situation. I've done this in 2013 also, earlier also. When I came to Bangalore as DCP, I had withdrawn lot of extra gunmen which a lot of politicians had kept. I had withdrawn cascade of, vehicles, convoy of vehicles which a former CM had kept. I have been doing this. It's not one of the sort. But probably this got highlighted because of the person who was involved, the other side. Yeah.
Since the video came out, it also came out with the media exposing the exact visuals of what is going on inside. So when we came to know that the video is something is going inside, we could spot certain things which were kept inside a prison, like which were normally shouldn't be kept inside. So to eradicate the VIP culture inside the jail, so how did you come to expose the person inside the jail, especially when it comes to Ms. Sathikala's case?
In my report, I have stated that
there were yoga mats and all, so certain things were there.
It's a square building, the ladies' barracks, square where the inside is hollow. It's an open thing, but four sides there are barracks on all four sides. So on this side, on full one side of that boundaries. This boundary, it has 5 huge rooms, and all the 5 huge rooms were given to her. The corridor was kept fully for her in such a way that that side heavy barricades were put, this side also heavy barricades were put. Nobody could, no other person in that jail could come this side and disturb her. Now, if there was any threat or anything, they should have put it on paper. They should have analyzed what is the threat. There was no threat perception. There was no threat perception report or study made, and probably there was none. Still, they were giving it, and that was outside the court orders, the outside manual, outside rules, outside the purview of rules and all. They were giving it, flouting the rules. So that was one. Secondly, she could get cooked whatever she wanted in the kitchen. That is second. She also had an induction stove there in the. So in those 5 rooms, in one room certain things were kept, personal things. In other room there was a mat where she could do the yoga and all that. Another place was actually where she slept with her bed, cot and all that. So like this, it was like a 5-bedroom house, big 5-bedroom house. Who gets that luxury? Now the same room size, the opposite side or even below and all that, other barracks, there were inmates 5, 6, 7, 8, so many were crowded in single this one. Here 5 things left to one person, and these are the things that I've stated in the report. And where she meets the visitors was also not the common place where prisoners are allowed to meet their family members. Generally, only the family members are allowed, and that too there is there are restrictions. Otherwise, what is the use of having jail? If all family members could come and spend whole time like morning to evening with a person, where is the concept of jail? Jail is actually to isolate the person socially, so that he feels a little bit feels remorseful about the crime that he has committed, and starts to rehabilitate, or feels bad about, feels guilty, and then comes back to the mainstream. That is a correctional institutions. They have that kind of rationale behind that. So if every day people who want to meet you are coming and staying on for hours together, meeting you in a different place where you sit on a revolving chair like this, and others are sitting in chairs like you are sitting, they are sitting in front of you, and even politics is being discussed, then what is the use of this punishment, or where do we go? So all this I had highlighted in the report.
Exposing a person like her, and highly politically inclined person from Tamil Nadu, and also she had a posting back then. She was about to take in the swear in the position of a chief minister. So were there any political threats, since that you exposed her VIP treatment inside the jail? Were there any political pressure on you from the party or from people?
I think people know that I don't listen, so nobody spoke to me. And everything happened in such a rush. For example, I gave the report and then I was transferred out. There were things in the media. It came out and all that. So I was anyway not there for a long time, as to hide that for anybody to say don't do further, or there was no such this one. And many times I think now my reputation or image is built such that I don't listen to anyone. I do as per whatever rule book. So nobody told me, but then there were disturbing things like, the naturally party will have a spokesperson. There is a spokesperson or a representative here also in Bangalore. He used to give a lot of statements against me. So press people would bring it back to me and say, he has said like this, what is your reaction? Sometimes there is no need to react, but if it was something about my report, I would say something so that so that it is clarified, so that there is no confusion or it's not derailed. That way I would say this one. But lot of commotion was there because too many people were asking me too many things. The press also wanted to know more, and they wanted to know what is real. So they would also ask me 100 times the same thing. I had to repeat the same thing to so many people, and it was draining my energy also. And many a times when reporters also ask in different forms, to bring out the truth. But truth is truth, so I didn't have anything to cover up. I didn't have anything to hide. I didn't have any aches to grind. So that way I was clear in my mind and said whatever is the fact. Now the problem comes when you have something of your own thing, your own vested interest, and then you have done something. That time you would like to cover up, right? That is why many bureaucrats cannot speak in an open manner. Otherwise, what is the problem in telling something which is there? Of course, and even after RTI has come, Right to Information Act, if anybody asks under RTI, you are supposed to give, right? And it is even better if you make a self-disclosure of certain information. And I always believe that corruption and such things should not be dealt in a hush-hush manner. They should be in the open. But I didn't, of course, I never trespassed any service rules also. Though I was given a memo, I have answered and all that. So that was all there. A lot of memo notices were given to me.
So a lot of papers are going under down and down. Memos and
I received quite. But I answered all of them.
Yeah.
And even if they had taken punitive action, I would still go to the court because I knew I was right.
Okay. And also, ma'am, since you told us like you had 18 days of working there at the prison, so what was the first thing you exposed, and how did you come to know that there is such a kind of treatment is going on, like how you have mentioned in the report saying that certain things are going wrong inside the jail? So
no, the triggering incident was something different. The doctors and medical staff came there to my office and said that one doctor has been assaulted, medical officer has been assaulted by a convict, because he refused to give him a medical certificate in a manner he wanted, so that he could avail parole. So then they also said these things have been going on and no action has been taken any time. And one day one nurse, female nurse, was also she was molested by a convict. Even in that case nothing was done. So we don't want to work here, we will leave for our parent department. That's what they came and told me. So then I asked for a report from the jail superintendent, senior superintendent, but he didn't give me any report. So after 3 days, when he kept silent, then I went to jail myself to find out what is the truth. Unexpected means all of a sudden I went without announcing. I landed there and I visited all sections, and that is how I came to know.
okay. And also, ma'am, there is a very unnoticed talk that Shashikala might come out very early before her tenure gets over. Is that true, ma'am?
See, as per rules, it's not possible, because this good behavior and all, they are saying they'll take the plea of good behavior and come out. But I don't think in Corruption Act cases they can plead under that reason, in that manner. And I think that's really not possible. They are just wishful things that people keep floating probably. But anyway, I am not concerned, because how am I concerned if it is government decision they have to take? I think it went up to what I heard, because I am also out. Since you are asking me, I am telling you what I heard was once it went for early release, and then it came to the notice that it was against the rules again. So it was held, it was stopped recently. So I don't think that will happen.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
Thank you.
for answering all my questions and sparing your time. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam.
Nandri.
Nandri.
Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology ranked among India's top 50 universities. For admissions, click the link in the description.
Saukya Halo Elanir, 100% natural, easy to open, anywhere, anytime.